Oh, welcome back. Here we are again. Do a little talking cigars. Tasting some new beers today.
I'm always a little apprehensive.
Don't be. Don't be.
I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm about to find out.
Right. Well, we'll lead off with some beer because usually we start with cigars, but I like to try different beers like anything else, and we're just trying something new that we have here. Backbeat Wheat. This is made by Pizza Boy Brewing Company. I believe they're in Enola, which is around the Harrisburg area, maybe. And but he's a native of Hazleton that owns that brewery.
Right.
So we just started carrying a lot of his different beers. He makes a lot of. I'm assuming they're good beers. I'm not a beer connoisseur or anything, but seem to be getting a good response. We have about 7 or 8 different varieties, from IPAs and wheat beers and all, citrus.
I mean, it's getting a lot.
You're more of a beer guy, so.
Well, I mean, we're getting a lot of great feedback from all the different types of beer that we brought in, from Pizza Boy.
Yeah.
I like a beer that's not too hoppy. I do enjoy like citrus with the beer, like a Land Shark, a Blue Moon, something like that is something I'm.
Well, this one it says rose petals and lemon zest. I don't know if it does or not. That's like when you hear cigars that they taste cocoa, coffee, chocolate,
hit the leather,
dirt. Hit the leather and like.
Yeah, I've never tasted the dirt in a cigar, but apparently it's out there. I'm just smoking the right cigars. I don't go down that road.
But it's there, and that's with your taste. So what are we smoking today? You brought some cigars. That's what really I'm liking about these weekly things. I get a free cigar every week.
I know, how about it?
Right?
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's not bad at all. I'm smoking the Aladino Corojo Reserva, which I've probably smoked maybe 20, 30 cigars of this exact cigar. It's just I like Corojo tobacco. I like a stronger cigar. Phenomenal cigar. Every one has burned perfect. Great draw.
Yeah. I like this because you gave me the Albino Cameroon.
Right.
I'm a Cameroon.
I know you like Cameroon.
I do.
So I figure if this is something that we're going to bring into our retail stores, you like Cameroon, you'd be able to tell better than I would what you think of it.
Right. Yeah, it's burning nice. I like I know the company's been around a long time, been around a while, and so.
So with that Cameroon, they were hoping to have that cigar out years ago, but they just didn't get the right result they wanted with the crop. So it's been a little bit longer than what they wanted before that cigar hits the market.
Yeah.
But they feel they've got the right blend, and with that type of Cameroon, it should have a little bit of a sweetness to it. So let us know what you think as you smoke through that.
Yeah. And you're smoking it, and I smoked them before too.
Yep.
The Corojo, and we know from before I'm not a big fan of strong cigars, but I may have figured out why. Because I'm tired of getting my balls busted because I can't smoke strong cigars. So when I smoke my Butera or the Don Diego or my Port Larignano, it's too light. They don't like smoking them. But I came to, you might know more about this because you're smarter than I am. But with strong cigars, because I'll tell the story about when I smoked the La Flor Dominicana. I believe it was the double Ligero or a chisel. And so I smoked it. I only had one drink with it. And then I get home after that. It was a Friday night. I remember I smoked it. I went home and I'm laying in bed trying to go to sleep. And I break out and I'm sweating. My stomach's upset. My heart's like going to beat out of my chest. My head's banging. So I'm laying there thinking, I don't know if this is going to pass. I think I would go to the emergency room.
We've all been there, by the way. Just
right.
Not everybody's got the balls to admit it.
I'll admit it. I was like talking myself in and out of going to the emergency room. But the only reason I didn't go, I'm thinking, there's no way they're going to believe that a cigar did this to me. There's no way. I'm going to be under every test out there there is. But I didn't. So now I come to learn, and I did a little research and looking around for this, and it could be the strong cigar. It's really not that it's the strong cigar affecting you like that. It's your mind tricking you that your blood sugar's low. Did you ever hear that?
So what do you do about it?
So that's what I researched again. And they said, put a little bit of sugar under your tongue or something, because even though your blood sugar is really not low, what is it, your mind or something triggers that your blood sugar is low, really. So you get a little sugar and you feel better.
Which reminds me, I don't know, but I bet you at least 15 years ago when we went to Honduras with Camacho.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in time, we sat down in one of their blending rooms, and they were getting ready to release a cigar. And it was one of the strongest cigars that they've ever blended. And with each cigar, they passed out cans of Coke as well as packets of pure sugar cane.
Yep.
Anticipating this
Right.
exact scenario.
So that's what I did. So I'm going to go back to trying smoking my strong cigars and doing that. But I'm going to kick it up a notch a little bit. Instead of the sugar, I bought a bunch of Pixie Stix.
I saw those in
Did
the
you
office.
see them in
What
the
the-
office?
Who the hell has candy here?
So that's mine. So if I ever get that feeling again while I'm here, smoking a strong cigar, I'm just going to cut a little flavored
So let me get this straight.
Pixie Stick.
You're going to solve one problem and create another.
What's the other
You're going to
problem?
be fucking tired.
Well, we'll see.
You're going to be laying in bed.
Right?
I can't sleep.
Well, no, just a little bit. I'm not going to eat the whole thing. They said you just put a little bit under your tongue, and then that takes away, you get that, you're like foggy, your head,
I do recall. I don't know if we talked about that last week or if I was reading that somewhere recently. I know we read a lot of the same publications in the cigar world. But yeah, it is basically your mind tricking your
thinking
your blood. You have low blood sugar, even though you don't.
because it's something with the nicotine. I mean, something.
Something triggers it. Yeah.
So I'm going to try that because I already tried smoking strong cigars without drinking because I thought sometimes it was maybe I indulged a little too much in some drinks. So I tried even without, and I got the same. So now I'm going to try the Pixie Stix.
Pixie stick.
I got myself a couple different flavors. They come in grape, strawberry.
I'm going to take a couple of those next time my brother's kids are home and they're getting ready to go.
Give it
A 3-hour drive back
Right.
to Maryland. Give them a little Pixie stick before they get in the car. Get them all wired up.
Yeah. So I'm going to see, and especially like when you go days, if you're smoking a lot of cigars, you get that same feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to always have a couple Pixie Stix here in the office. I'll keep a few in my car and see if that.
Next thing you know, you're going to have Snickers bars in there.
I'm trying to stay away from that kind of stuff. But 'cause I want to, I think I'm leaving a lot of great cigars out of my rotation because I'm afraid to smoke them.
Really, I mean, sometimes the strength, could scare you away, or the color of the cigar can scare you away when, there's a lot of great cigars out there that, are a really dark Maduro, but are nice, mild, sweeter cigars. So, I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover, when it comes to picking out cigars. So,
Right.
when you're going into your local brick and mortar store, make sure you're asking, the sales representative there to, pick their brain, make a recommendation for me.
Yep.
You might be missing out on your favorite cigar, for sure.
That you never tried.
Which,
Would like
another story about this Aladino Corojo. So this reminds me of the original Camacho Corojo diploma.
They're in the.
Came in those
Triangle.
trapezoid boxes. Yep, from years
I was
ago.
going to say triangle. You got big words.
Well, yeah, you said I was smarter than
Triangle,
you, so I
yeah,
got to
yeah.
start using
There
bigger
you
words
go.
now.
Big words.
But where were we? De La Conche, New York City.
Well, we were going to the Big Smoke later
long
that
time
night.
ago. Yeah.
The Big Smoke was at somewhere in Times Square.
Yeah, so what we did is we stopped in and said, recommend a cigar for us. And, that's what the guy picked out. So we're sitting there. We're at a high-top table out on the sidewalk smoking
Beautiful.
a
It was
cigar.
in the fall. It was like around this time of year, I
Yeah.
think, right? September, October,
It was
maybe?
right around this time. Yep. I mean,
was
a beautiful day. We're smoking, an hour and 20 minutes. We finish our cigar, got to get ready to go over to Big Smoke. Both of us almost took a necker straight down on the ground. I mean,
That
the
was-
strength of that cigar just hit you, I mean, like a ton of bricks.
But what was the first thing we did when we got back? We got them in and smoked
And
it
we
again.
bought them. we took them for another ride. But that's one of my, when you talk older cigars, things you've smoked 15 plus years ago, that's one that really stands out to me. And trying to find that same taste in a cigar, I mean, this one does it for me.
But it could have been the taste tasted that so much better just because where you were at, it was a nice day out. We were just sitting there, people
Definitely.
watching in New York, people going all over.
Definitely.
And it was just,
Look at a beautiful burn line here.
yeah,
I mean, that is fantastic here.
yeah. But that was really
Atmosphere. Atmosphere plays a lot
think so.
into how you enjoy your cigar.
Yeah.
And what you remember about the better cigars that you've smoked.
nice. Another thing I remember that was then we went to the Big Smoke, and I don't know, they had thousands and thousands of people. So you make your rounds, you get some cigars, they had some food tastings, some whiskey and rum tastings. And remember, it was so crowded, we just wanted to sit somewhere and smoke a cigar. I don't know if you remember. So we tried to find a place. I think it was a huge ballroom, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And I said, we just find a corner, just somewhere. I don't want to be in this rat
Sit
race.
down, out of the way.
Remember, we were sitting on the steps and we were just smoking our cigars and going through our bag and seeing what we got. And we're sitting there about a half hour later. Next thing you know, a guy comes up behind us. We couldn't see him. I believe he came from behind us. And he said, "Hey guys, how you doing?" But we turned around and it was Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani, I remember. Yep.
And so we started talking for him, and he has a Hazelton connection. At the time, and I believe he knew your uncle Lou at the time a little bit. And then we talked. He signed our cigar aficionado.
Right.
I still have that hanging in my room.
Right.
But it was nice. And then we were talking. I don't think he wasn't the mayor. I guess he was out of being mayor. He wasn't the mayor.
I think it was after.
It was after he was the mayor of New York. And but it was so cool. Just we were just standing there smoking cigars, and we're just talking about nothing about what he does or we do, just about
we're
cigars.
A couple of guys talking about cigars, and no different than one another. And that's what the cigar industry does, and the bonds that
it was
you
like
form.
a half hour, but it was so funny. He comes up and where are you from? Hazelton. See, what did he say? No shit.
Yeah, more or less. That's what he said.
No.
Yeah.
No way. He said, yeah, we're from Hazelton, and he asked your name, and like I said, he knew your uncle, and he knew some other people's names. I forget what names he mentioned. And he knew from the area.
Sure. Yeah.
And
small world. You never know who you're going to run into and where a cigar is going to bring you. For that matter.
And we just sit there and talked a little bit, and so that's what I remember. That cigar, and me and Rudy Giuliani at that big smoke. Just going to events like that. I like going to events like that, but that one we didn't go in quite a few years. It was too much. Just
too hectic.
Yeah,
too crowded. For our speed. I like to sit down, relax, enjoy a cigar with not a lot going on. But it was a great experience. We've gone to a handful of them. We've done Atlantic City.
New York, we did New York one a few times. I think
a
couple when they
we should probably put the Vegas one on our bucket list.
I'm dying to go to Vegas. I'm getting itchy to go to Vegas.
I know.
We were supposed to be there
we
this
missed
summer.
We missed the PCA this year that was supposed to be there. We missed quite a bit of trips, so I'm looking forward to getting back into the same routine and going on our cigar trips. And just hitting the reset button when we go, because you work hard and you want to get a little bit of relaxation every now and again.
Yeah, this cigar is burning really nice.
Yeah, I mean the burn.
Perfect draw.
Is great. Yeah.
Cameroon, this is my medium, a lot of flavor. I like the Cameroon. Now the Cameroon, I'm thinking different than like a Fuente Cameroon or something.
Yeah.
Not in a bad or a good way, just a little bit different.
So this is authentic Cameroon seed, but it's planted in Honduras. So the climate, the soil, everything is going to take on its own characteristics.
Right.
But what's important is the authentic Cameroon seed. To start there, that's a great starting point. And then you look at another, great cigar that's Cameroon is La Flor Dominicana, right? So La Flor Dominicana has a fantastic Cameroon.
Yeah.
Difference between the La Flor Dominicana and that is that La Flor uses a lot more hardier tobacco, so the strength on it might overpower the sweetness.
But I could smoke the LFT Cameroon.
Yeah.
Not like double air, because that's it mellows it out.
Yeah.
Now, so all these are all Honduras. They're all made in Honduras.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about this brand now. We smoke. Now we've been sampling them here and there.
Yeah, I mean, and the way we came about this is, we'll take trips. We'll go to other brick and mortar retail stores, friends of ours in the industry, and sit down in their lounge and take a look and see what do they have that we don't have. And, buy a couple cigars when we're there and try different things. I mean, and that's what it's all about. And this is something that's really kind of stuck out to us along the way and seems to be getting a lot of traction in the cigar industry.
Yeah.
And it's a very, moderately priced cigar.
But what amazes me about, going either one of our stores or any stores that we visit or friends that are, in the Harrisburg area or Jersey or something, that they'll have a cigar that's their bestseller, and we can't give it away, and vice versa. We say, well, don't you have this? Because we sell them now. We can't even sell.
Well,
is that weird?
We even have stores like that.
Yeah.
One store versus the other store 30 minutes away has two totally different demographics on what's what's selling and what isn't.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
guess
so
the only thing that's common is the size, and it's that Toro size right now, right?
yeah.
Toro, maybe a Torpedo, Figurado, but mostly that Toro in any brand
Yeah,
seems
it's a
like the go-to.
size. Yep. Yeah. As far as volume sellers, the other stuff moves, goes. People have their preferences, but that Toro size. I mean, for me, I like a Toro. I'll smoke a Toro,
Perfect size.
or even something a little bit smaller. You know, not much, but you know.
I'll go to a little bit smaller, maybe down to a 46 ring gauge by 7, 6.5, something like that. But I like this. I think we're due for get something else new in the rotation.
Yeah. I could get behind it for sure.
No doubt.
I know I'll be buying them. So.
Mhm. Well, that's all we got for this week here. So if you want to try that, if the strong cigars are bothering you, try a little sugar or even a Pixie stick. You could find them, see how that works for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Let me know.
Hopefully it does.
We'll keep you posted on how that works
We'll
out.
try it next week.
Yep.
But
Thank you.
till next time, have a great week.
Yep.